Setting goals for an entire year at a time can feel like a very daunting process. So today we're going to break that down and make you a plan for the next 90 days. Personally, I find that this process removes a lot of the overwhelm that can sometimes accompany longer term plans, whilst also still being effective because you can make a lot of progress over the next 12 weeks. Hello and welcome back to the channel. If it's your first time here, Tamara Clare & Co is your one-stop shop for all things positivity, mindset and personal development. So as I said, in this video we are going to be putting together a plan to help you achieve your goals over the next 12 weeks. So before we get into working on your specific goals, we're going to start by setting your intentions for the next 3 months. First up, the next 90 days will be blank. So here your blank might be a single word, it might be a short sentence, but what you're really doing is visualizing exactly how the next 12 weeks are going to look for you. So it might be something like the next 90 days are going to be productive, or the next 90 days are going to be the time that I finally start getting my shit together. Like whatever it is that you want to achieve, really visualize that here. So the next intention is, at the end of these 90 days, I will be or I will feel. So here you could do one or the other, or you could do both, but it really will depend on what it is that you want to focus on. So it could be something like, at the end of these 90 days, I will be working in my new job, or I will feel so much happier. So the final intention is, the habits that I'm going to be working on over the next 90 days are. So here, these are the building blocks that kind of make up the foundation of your goal setting process. So your answer here might be something like, I'm going to work on getting 8 hours sleep every night. I'm going to work on eating healthier. I'm going to work on reading more. So your habits aren't necessarily the goals that you're going to be working towards, but they are the things that will get you in the right frame of mind to achieve those goals. Now, with your intentions in place, we can start thinking about your goals. So the prompt here will be, at the end of these 90 days, I will have accomplished ... So when you are choosing your goals, you need to keep them as specific and clearly defined as you possibly can, so that you know exactly what it is that you're working towards. I do have a separate video that goes into the process of setting SMART goals in more detail, so I will link that if that's something that you're interested in learning more about. So once you've decided on your goals and you've written them out in your list, please make sure that you've kept it realistic, because when you are working to a 90-day plan, you're working to a very slim time frame. When we're on this hype of, working on ourselves, self-development, it's very easy to get caught up in the moment and start saying there are a million and one things that you want to achieve, but you don't want to be setting yourself up for failure before you've even begun by biting off way more than you can chew. Bear in mind that going all in on one goal and actually achieving that is way better than spreading yourself way too thin across like 10 different objectives and achieving none of them. So with that being said, you may end up with one thing on your list, it may be 3, it may be 5. However many it is, make sure that it's manageable and realistic for you and your life. It's also important that your goals are relevant and meaningful to you, as well as being in alignment with your overall bigger picture life goals. In the grand scheme of things, 90 days isn't the longest period of time, but you still don't want to get to the end of that and wonder why you even bothered doing any of this. So after making sure that they're specific, they're relevant, they're meaningful to you and they're realistic, you will also want to make sure you map out a timeline and assign a deadline for each goal. If any or all of your goals are kind of broad or overarching, you may want to think about breaking them down into subsections or mini goals, just to make it easier for you to think about and prioritise. It may be that some of them are scheduled to take you the whole 90-day period, or some of them may be done a lot sooner than that. Whatever the case may be, make sure it is crystal clear to you what the deadline is for each of those goals. When you're working to a 90-day time limit, there really isn't any time to waste. Having these deadlines set in place not only gives you that kind of urgency to keep you on track and actually achieve your goals, but it also makes it clear what your immediate priorities are and what you need to start working on first. So if you haven't watched the previous video all about reviewing the progress that you've already made this year, I will also link that in the description box for you to check out, along with the goal setting for success kit. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video and I will see you next time.